the sky pirates of Khyron. The sun was setting over the dusty, crumbling city of Khyron, casting a reddish-orange glow over the crumbling spires and ancient ruins. The air was thick with the smell of smoke and ozone, the distant rumble of thunder echoing through the canyons of the city's ancient architecture. Jet, a rugged and battle-hardened mercenary, crouched atop the rusting hull of a long-abandoned airship, his eyes scanning the rooftops below for any sign of movement. He was a man with a reputation for being the best in the business, with a reputation for getting the job done, no matter the cost. At his side stood Chub, a brilliant inventor and engineer, his thick fingers stained with grease and his eyes shining with a mad scientist's intensity. Chub was the mastermind behind the airship, a hulking behemoth of a vessel that had once been the pride of the Chyronian Imperial Navy. Now, it was a relic of a bygone era, a relic of a time when the city had been a power to be reckoned with. "Rosie, we've got a problem," Jet growled, his voice low and gravelly. Rosie, the pilot of the airship, peered out of the cockpit, her eyes squinting against the fading light. "What is it, Jet?" "There's a black ship on our tail," Jet replied, his hand resting on the grip of his blaster. "Looks like Benedict's got his sights set on us." Benedict, the infamous pirate captain of the notorious Black Swan, was a man with a reputation for ruthlessness and cunning. He had a personal vendetta against Jet, and had been chasing him across the skies of Khyron for months. "Rosie, get us out of here," Jet barked, his eyes locked on the approaching ship. Rosie's hands danced across the controls, the airship lurching to one side as she banked and turned, the engines roaring in protest. Chub cursed, his fingers flying across the instrument panel as he struggled to keep the ship stable. "Jet, I think we're going to need a little more altitude," he warned, his voice tight with tension. "Give me some room, Rosie," Jet growled, his blaster at the ready. The black ship, a sleek and deadly vessel with a hull emblazoned with the emblem of the Black Swan, closed in, its cannons blazing. The airship shuddered and lurched, Chub's cry of "oh no," echoing through the cabin as the ship's hull took a direct hit. "Jet, we're losing air," Rosie yelled, her voice panicked. "Get us out of here, Rosie!" Jet bellowed, his eyes fixed on the pirate ship. Rosie's hands danced across the controls, the airship lurching and bucking as she fought to maintain altitude. Chub cursed, his fingers flying across the panel as he struggled to keep the ship's engines online. And then, just as all seemed lost, the airship burst through the clouds, the pirate ship's cannons falling short as they cleared the treetops. The airship shuddered and lurched, its engines roaring as Rosie brought her home in for a rough landing. "Make a run for it, Jet," she yelled, her voice hoarse with exhaustion. Jet leapt from the airship, his blaster blazing as he sprinted across the rooftop, the pirate ship hot on his heels. Chub, his eyes fixed on the instruments, cursed as the ship's engines died, the vessel crashing to the ground with a deafening crash. But Jet was already gone, his blaster firing wildly as he sprinted through the city streets, the pirate ship closing in. Benedict's laughter echoed through the alleys, his voice dripping with malice. "You'll never escape me, Jet," he cackled. "I'll find you, and I'll make you pay for what you've done." Jet ducked into a narrow alleyway, his blaster firing blindly as he sprinted down the street. The pirate ship roared through the alleys, its cannons blazing, the air thick with the smell of smoke and ozone. And then, just as all seemed lost, Jet burst into a small courtyard, the pirate ship's cannons falling short as he leapt onto the back of a waiting hoverbike. The engine roared to life, the bike soaring into the night sky as Jet vanished into the darkness, the pirate ship's curses echoing through the city. Benedict's laughter echoed through the alleys, his eyes fixed on the retreating figure of Jet. "You may have won this time, Jet," he cackled. "But I'll find you, and I'll make you pay for what you've done." The city of Khyron, once a power to be reckoned with, was now a shadow of its former self, a crumbling ruin of a city, its people living in fear of the pirates and the Black Swan. But Jet, the hero of the hour, was already planning his next move, his eyes fixed on the horizon, his blaster at the ready. For in the world of Khyron, where the skies were ruled by the pirates, and the streets were ruled by the gangs, one man stood tall, Jet, the hero of the hour, the scourge of the pirates, and the hope of the city's downtrodden people. And in the shadows, Chub and Rosie watched, their eyes fixed on the horizon, their hearts filled with a sense of adventure, their spirits burning with a fire that would never be extinguished. For in the world of Khyron, where the skies were ruled by the pirates, and the streets were ruled by the gangs, one thing was certain: the battle for control would never truly be won, and the war for the city would never truly be over.